Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beat the Book. I'm your host, Big Al Better.
And I'm Matty Betts. Thank you for joining us
Yes,
for the first time, the first video of many, hopefully. That's the plan. This is something that we've wanted to do for, a while now, and, we're finally getting around to it, and I couldn't be more excited. How about you?
absolutely, absolutely. So, in today's video, we're going to be going west. We're going to go over the win totals, and we're going to look at the slate of games, and we're going to give our predictions for how the season's going to go for the four teams in the NFC West.
Yes, sir. Let's jump right into it with the San Francisco 49ers, reigning Super
Gang,
Bowl
gang, Niner gang.
contenders. Gang, gang, Niner
Yeah.
gang. If you're a Niners fan, then yes. Definitely gang, gang. So we're just gonna jump
I
into it first. Week one, we'll start there. Monday Night Football against the New York Jets. Al, I know
huge
this
game.
one. This one's really close to home. Being
Oh yeah.
the resident Packers fan here on the channel, and them obviously having Rodgers now. Rodgers' season was cut short, obviously last year with what the first play, second play. What was that?
Fourth play.
Fourth play. Okay, he got three more plays than I thought. So yeah,
Yeah,
Jets,
it was tough.
obviously, their offense is pretty explosive, and we didn't get to see that last year just because the quarterback play. O-line wasn't great last year. They have upgraded it. I think the Jets will be better than they were last year as long as Rodgers stays healthy. But I still have the Niners winning this one. I think that the Niners are still the dominant team in the NFC. Everybody's going to have to go through them. I think it'll be a fun game for Monday Night Football. I think that Rodgers is going to have a lot of rust to have to throw out of, and yeah, and the defense is really good for the Jets, but the Niners defense I would say is still better. So I think it'll be kind of like a lower scoring game, probably bet the under in that game, but it should be a nice first Monday Night Football game in the league.
Unders do hit a lot in the first week regardless, but on top of that, the Jets have held teams to 18 and a half points for the last 3 seasons since Saleh took over. And so if you think if you think the Niners are going to win that game, they're going to win that game with maybe 20 points
Yeah,
because of how good that defense for the Jets is. I do have the Jets taking that game just simply because of Rodgers, and we didn't get to see how good that team is, and they added weapons. So I just don't see New York losing that game in San Fran. And Rodgers grew up in Cali, and he likes beating San Fran. So
yeah, that'll definitely be a fun game to keep our eyes on, especially as we get closer to the first week of the year and see what the lines actually are set at. Because I'm gonna guess that the Niners will be favored by a lot in that because they are at home playing against the
I think it's going
Jets.
to be a pretty close game. Actually, I think the line's going to be pretty close.
I think if the line is pretty close, then yeah, we could probably, get a decent sized bet
And obviously, we'll be going
for the
over that
spread.
when we get to that week,
Two
and
week one,
we will
but
have our predictions.
yeah, there we go. First week we split it 1-1. So I think the Niners win. You think they lose. That's fine by me. All right, let's move on to week two.
Right.
Road game against the Vikings. What are your thoughts on that one now?
Oh, you're going to let me jump
Oh
into
yeah,
this
you
one
can jump
first?
into this one first.
Oh, this is an easy win for the Niners. It's Minnesota. It's a rookie quarterback. Obviously, you got Justin Jefferson, who just got a new contract, and you've got a great coach, but it's not going to be enough to take on the juggernaut that is the Niners.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I agree with you on that one. I do love Justin Jefferson as a player, and he's one of my favorite players to have in fantasy football as well. But yeah, Niners,
Let's
I think
go.
over. I think they're just way. They're just overpowered. They're kind of just a broken team with the weapons that they have, and I think that's how a lot of these games are gonna go once we get to them. Uh, the Niners are just. They're kind of like the Chiefs. You don't really bet against them or count them out unless it's a Super Bowl against the Chiefs. So, or against the Ravens, I guess. We saw that last year. But all right,
We did
well,
see that.
that's a win for both of us. Let's move on to week 3 against the Los Angeles Rams. And I have the Niners winning this one. It is a road game, so I could see the Rams definitely putting up a fight. But I think that the Niners start out strong. They start 3-0, possibly even 4-0 when we get to week 4. But I see them beating the Rams. I could see it being a close game, though, like I said, because it is a road game. But, I mean, the Rams look good. I do like Puka Nakua. I do like Cooper Kupp. And, Kyron Williams is also good. But I think the Niners defense can just stop them on, the last drive of the game. It'll be close, one possession game, but the Niners still win.
See, I'm gonna go ahead and flip the opposite way. I think the Rams take this one. I think they're gonna split on the season. Spoiler alert. I think the Rams are gonna take this first one in LA, and I think that the Niners will take the one later in the season.
Okay.
I've I got the Rams
So
in
we're
this
split
one.
on that one too. Okay, we can obviously
Correct.
see who's a bigger Niners fan, I
You've
guess.
got them. You've got them 3-0
I
for
got
the
them
first
three
year.
and zero, and yeah.
I've
Well,
got them 1-2.
let's say 3-0 moving on to week 4, and there is no world in which the Niners should ever lose to the Patriots. Still in a
No, I
rebuild.
think
The team is not great. Like, I do not expect big things. I don't think many people do from the Patriots. I mean, they got a new quarterback, but I mean, we've seen rookie quarterbacks and they can be great, but with the weapons that they don't have in New England, yeah, I think that New England's not going to be great this year. But we're talking about the Niners. Niners start 4-0. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the Niners definitely are going to win that game simply because of the fact that they're at home against a team that is not that good. So
Exactly. And then we can move on right on to week 5. This one's not really a tough one, in my opinion. I think it's another win for the Niners, and they're starting 5-0, which is kind of crazy to say. I didn't think I was going to be going 5-0, but now that I'm actually getting a chance to look at the schedule, I definitely like the Niners to be 5-0, and I might have to take a bet on them, like to go start 5-0. You
I
probably
mean,
get
at
pretty
this
decent
rate,
odds on it. Yeah, I mean,
it feels like
at
you're
this
going
rate,
to
I'd
have
probably just
them
take
maybe
them
as the last
undefeated.
undefeated
Yeah.
team. Jeez. Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think Arizona's actually going to surprise some people this year because Kyler's going to play the whole season, and I think that coach started a new good culture. But um, I don't see them beating San Fran in San Fran.
Yeah, no, me neither. I think San Fran's going to win most of their home games, if not all of them. All right, then we got week 6. We got away against the Seahawks, who are, I don't want to say in a rebuild because they're not, but they got a new head coach. I mean, they still have all the weapons that they had in years past, but I don't know. I don't think that they really beat the Niners. Like, the Niners kind of have their
These
number.
games are
Like,
always close. It's a Thursday night game. It's in October. It's starting to get a little chilly if you're up in Seattle. Um, Lumen Field's pretty. I mean, it's the loudest stadium, so it's going to be something. But the new coach, same offense basically, but
mhm.
new coach, new scheme. Um, yeah, I have to go with the Niners here. Seattle, if Seattle wins this, they're going to steal it. Like, it's not going to be something. Like, yeah, I got
Yeah, I don't know. I
Niners.
will say the Seahawks are at home though too, so that might play a little factor where it's like they wouldn't technically be stealing it, but I mean, I get what you're saying though, where they steal it like at the end of the game. But all right, let's move on. We get a Super Bowl rematch, Week 7. It's a Sunday afternoon game, which I thought it would be like a primetime Sunday night football game, but it's not, and it is at home against the Chiefs.
It's a big game.
It is a very
It's a
big
big
game.
game.
Obviously, we know about these two teams. Like, we've seen them in the Super Bowl, twice now? In the last, 3-4 years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, it's a great matchup. It always seems to be exciting, and it always seems to be close. Like, obviously,
It's
we've seen that in the Super Bowl, which, I mean, it is what it is. I don't think the stakes are as high. I think San Fran wants to get the win back. I'll take the Chiefs here just because they have Mahomes. And that'll be
okay.
the first loss for the San Francisco 49ers. So according to me, they're going to be 6-0. So that's probably a bet that I'm going to do. They're going to go undefeated 6 weeks. And they could easily win this game too. I mean, they're at home against the Chiefs. They want to show them, hey, we're
Right,
still scorned from you beating us again. And we're going to prove to you if we
right.
get back to the Super Bowl and we meet you guys there, we're not losing to you guys. We're not losing to you guys. We're going to stop your three-peat opportunity.
Right. So you got them 6-1
I got them 6-1. Week 7.
through the first 7 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and flip. I'm gonna take the other side. I think they beat them in the regular season. I
You
think
think?
that
Okay.
Mahomes. I think the Chiefs just tend to. They kind of are like the Warriors from years ago, where they like the regular season for them doesn't matter as much, but when the playoffs show up, they turn it on. So I think the Chiefs they'll show up for this game, but I think the Niners will end up winning it, and that'll be that. So
Yeah.
I've got the Niners winning that. Yep.
Okay. Well, we're going to move on to week 8, and then we're going to move right past it because we saw exactly what happened last year when it was Niners and Cowboys, and the Niners completely obliterated them, even though the Cowboys were on a hot streak. So I'm just going to
Yep.
say,
Absolutely.
hey, cool. Dallas might not even have CeeDee Lamb. We'll see how that goes out. He might hold out all year. We'll see. And if they don't have CeeDee Lamb, there's no chance they win this game. Even if they do have him, I still don't see it. So I'm just going to skip over this one and just, Niners win that.
The Niners win that one too, huh? I'm gonna flip it. I'm taking Dallas
You're
to win
taking
that.
Dallas over the Niners. That's shocking.
Yep, I am. I am taking it.
Okay. Well, there we
I
go.
think Dallas will show up, and it's gonna be right before their bye week. I think they'll drop it, and Dallas will come in and just smoke them.
Okay. I like
It's
that.
gonna be a fun game. It'll be a
It
fun
will
game
be.
regardless.
I mean, I have them at what 6? They're 6-1 or 7-1 now through
2,
week
4,
8.
6,
The,
7-1.
they're 7-1, and we're gonna keep it going. They're gonna beat the Bucks. Bucks are good. I like Baker a lot. I like the weapons that they have too. Obviously, Mike Evans. Everybody knows Mike Evans. Great receiver, Mr. Reliable. But the Niners just have everything. They do. They have everything, but
Well,
possibly Ayuk. Possibly Ayuk won't
right.
be there. I
But
doubt
even
it.
if
It's
Ayuk,
gonna get done.
It's gonna get done, and even if it doesn't get done,
Then Debo, if it doesn't get done, dude,
Purdy's
Debo
super good.
Samuel's gonna
Debo will
go
have
and
a
have
career
15.
year.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, exactly. What are you thinking here?
And McCaffrey's still in the backfield.
Yep.
I really want to take Tampa Bay here, but I can't. So I'm
You,
taking Niners also.
yeah, we'll have to see when we get closer to it, when that week 10 happens, and maybe you get like minus 14, and maybe you take the Bucks plus 14. We'll see. All right, moving
Right.
on. We got the Seahawks again. This time, Niners are at home. They're gonna beat the Seahawks. They're gonna sweep them. That's just, I. It's hard to take a team to beat the Niners. It is.
It is. It is. Yeah, I'll take the Niners to sweep them. If it was Pete Carroll still there, I might waver a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm taking the Niners again.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's move on to week 12, and now we got against the Packers, and this is where I'm actually gonna throw in a curveball, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take the Packers in this one. I think it's gonna be close. I think
Yeah.
Jordan Love's gonna have to get redemption for the way that he played in that game, how he threw the game away, and yeah, I think that they're gonna win that. I don't think they're gonna win by a lot. I think they'll win by like a touchdown or maybe 4 points, something like that. I think it'll be close. It'll be exciting, and yeah, it'll be a nice America's game of the week probably.
I'm absolutely with you on that one. I'm not picking against my team. Go Pack, go! And yeah, we're definitely gonna win that one in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, and I'm also
America's game of the week.
yeah,
You
it should
kidding?
be America's game of the week that week. We'll see when the
And
Cowboys play.
you're in Green Bay. You're in Green Bay in November.
It's a away game. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
cold. No, it's cold.
Yeah, I mean it is probably negative degrees
It's a
already.
Cali team.
Yeah,
No, it'll be 25, 35.
it'll be cold enough. All right, moving on to the next one. I am going to take the Bills and Josh Allen. I'm going to take
I'm
the
gonna do
Bills.
the exact same thing.
I like the Niners a lot, but I love Josh Allen, and I'm excited to see what the Bills are this year. Without Stephon Diggs, without three of their cornerstone defensive players. I think that they got something cooking, and I don't think a lot of people are giving them enough respect. And I'm just excited to see how the Bills play. I could be completely wrong, and by the time that this happens, I'm taking, plus 21 points or minus 21 points for the Niners. Maybe that's the type of
Obviously,
bet that I'm making.
this is before the season. These are preseason predictions, right? This
Yes.
is before the season's played out. So yes, obviously, if we're making picks this late into the season, week 13, we may have a different view on things by then. If Purdy frickin' dies on the field or something, then obviously we're probably not taking the Niners in this situation,
Yeah,
right?
good time to bring that up when we're talking about the Bills. Yeah, I see what you
Oh,
did there. You said that you agreed with me and you're taking the
did I
Bills.
do that?
Cool. Let's
Did I
move
do
on
that?
before we get a bunch of hate and criticized for it. Week 14, we're moving on. They're playing against the Bears. Can we just? I'm not watching this game because I don't like
Yes, you
watching
are.
people get murdered.
You will watch.
So
You
I'm
will watch the
taking
game.
the
But
Niners
we're betting
easily.
against Chicago.
Yes, we're betting against Chicago. The Niners are going to win that one
Yep.
pretty easily. I think so. Obviously, like you just said, Al, this is all preseason before the season starts. Caleb Williams could be the next Mahomes. Sure, could happen. But, I could also age 40 years tomorrow. So we'll see. That hasn't happened, and I don't think it's going to. But move on.
Right.
Now we got the next game that you said that you were going to flip, I think? Or you said the Rams were going to steal it? We're going week 15 home against the Rams. Thursday night.
Yeah, I said the Rams won week 3
At
and
home.
now I think
Okay.
right, and I think the Niners
think they
will win
split.
their game at home. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that too. I think they'll beat the Rams.
So I will take the Rams.
Because
So
I
you
already
think
said
they
that. I
sweep
think
the
I think they
Rams?
sweep the Rams and the Seahawks.
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's
yeah,
wild.
they're gonna sweep probably the Cardinals too. They're just too good for their division, I think. And then I think one of those teams, like Rams or Seahawks, will be a wild card team. But all right, let's move on to the next one. This one's gonna be interesting. Week 16. It's on the road in Florida. Afternoon game against the Dolphins. What are you thinking?
This is going to be a fun one. So I think Miami's going to be really good again.
I would agree.
So I'm going to take Miami here.
You're gonna take Miami here?
I
I like taking Miami here too. I actually think that Tyreek
And-
Hill is gonna get 2,000 yards this year. I don't know why, but I think he's going to.
You're taking Miami also?
I'm gonna take a Miami on that one.
Okay.
And then
I
we
just
got
think there's something about having to travel across the entire country too.
that's fair. All the way from Cali, all the way to Florida.
Right.
Yeah, it's a mob.
It's not an easy little. It's not like going to Arizona
Yeah, true.
from Cali. So,
But I will say they
anyway.
do have a long week, so they'll probably get there a little early after the Thursday night
Sure.
game at at home. So,
Sure.
but we'll see.
Sure.
You never know. We'll see. These are just our predictions for it. And then week 17, we got them against the Lions at home, December 30th.
See, that's a tough one because a lot of people have Detroit having a really good season.
I think a lot of people do because Detroit
That's what I'm
proved
saying.
it last year. What are you
And
thinking
Detroit.
here? I'm not gonna give my answer until you do.
Ooh. It's tough, man. It's really tough. I really want to give this game to the Lions, but I don't know if I can. Versus Detroit, it's Monday Night Football. Bright lights. Ooh. I got to give this one to the Niners.
Nice. I like that. I'm also going Niners. And then we got the next game, which I already said they're gonna sweep them. Like I think they're gonna sweep their
Right.
whole division, and we're gonna go week 18 away against the Cardinals. They
just
sweep the whole
win every
division. They
game
they
that they
just win every game.
Win every game.
They
in
have proved the
division.
past couple years it's their division. Get out. Like we don't even have to
That's
beat
so
anybody
funny.
else outside the division because we're making the playoffs just by beating our division. Like
That's so funny.
we're not losing. Like if there's a tiebreaker, guess what? The Niners are getting it. Like
Yeah, I'm with you. I have to take that. So I also have Arizona.
yeah.
Not winning that game. So
Well, let's see what the grand
well.
total's at then.
All right, so I have them winning 11 and losing 6,
11 and 6.
and you
Okay.
have and you have them winning 13 and losing 4.
Yep. 13 and 4 sounds a lot more accurate than 11 and
And the
6.
books have their win totals at 11 and a half over under for the season.
Yeah, 11 and a half.
If you trust your predictions, you would be definitely playing the over, and I definitely would be taking the under. But it's close. I mean,
I don't
if
think
any of
you'd
those games
definitely
go
be
a certain
taking the
way,
over or the
it's
under.
close. It's
Yeah.
close. It's close. It's close.